is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio. PHLV Radio.
Hello everyone! Magandang buhay! Welcome to Buhay Buhayan. My name is Francis with my co-host Miss Mia Casino. Kumusta ka na, Mia? Long time no see.
What? Oh, I'm not in the camera.
Oh,
Hi.
there you go. All
Hello,
right.
everybody. Welcome to Buhay Buhayan at
Awesome.
Iba Pa.
All right, where we talk about finance, real estate. Ano ba yung intro natin? Finance, real estate, lifestyle, Vegas lifestyle, living in Las Vegas, and many more. There you go. All right.
Etc.
Okay. What is our topic today? Very interesting topic today. What are we talking about? Bahay, Buhayan, Hospice, and long-term care.
Bahay Buhayan because
Alright.
it's hospice and
Hospice.
elder care and long-term care.
Okay. So, all right. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce our special guest today. He is an A+ home health, elder care hospice. Oh, he is the director of marketing and business development. Sorry, track back. For A+ home health, elder care hospice, elder care PCA, Aris private practice, Aris wound care, and also, by the way, he is also an executive board member of a non-profit here in town, Helping Hands of Las Vegas Valley. I was not able to put that on our intro earlier to inform you. So, but yeah, he is an executive board member of the Helping Hands of Las Vegas. Okay, without further ado, welcome and thank you for coming, Mr. Vince Thomas.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
How are you? Thank you for coming, Vince. Thank you. Thank you for coming in live at our studio here. So, how are you doing today?
Very good.
Very good.
Eat, staying cool.
I know, right? Have you lived in Vegas for long or
A transplant?
very long now?
No, transplant from California. Been here for about 5 years.
Okay.
Love Las Vegas. Would never move back to California. Sorry,
Really?
California.
So you're not even bothered with the heat?
No, I came from a small town, Visalia, in Central California. So it was pretty hot, but very, very humid. So very similar temperatures, but humid. So we don't get so much humidity out here.
Yeah, not like desert humidity.
Yeah,
Huh? It's
yeah.
like dry. Yeah, no humidity. Very. I think we get rained on here like less than 10 times a year.
Yeah.
So, which is good. All right, awesome.
All right.
And what do you do for fun out here in Vegas? Because California, I know you have the great outdoors, but how about here?
Well, the first year or two, of course, I did the typical casino things and gambling. That ended really quickly. But now, there's a ton of things to do in Las Vegas. There's Red Rock Canyon.
I know.
There's the lakes,
Yeah.
hiking. I find a lot of things to do, and restaurants are fabulous out here. So
Yeah.
fine dining's good.
I know. That's what I thought too when I moved out here. I was like, oh, it's only casino in the desert. Do you live in the casino? People ask me like, that's what people think. But you're right. We are like in the hub of everything.
Yeah.
Go to California for like, for less than 5 hours, or Arizona, Utah, and do all that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get down to business.
Let's do it.
All right. Very cool. So my first question is, there's what's called a PCA on your title. Can you expound on that, or what does that even mean?
Sure. So the PCA is for personal care attendants, and they are not clinicians. The state of Nevada requires that they are licensed and go through training. So these attendants go through CPR training, how to transfer patients in and out of bed, how to do proper showering and bathing, how to do incontinent care, how to change diapers properly. And then in the home, they also do light housekeeping and meal preparation. Usually people who are looking for PCA services are individuals that may not necessarily be sick physically, but they're older and maybe their families are gone during the day, or they're bedbound, and they need additional care. PCA services are usually not covered by insurances. So it's usually an out-of-pocket cost. Long-term care insurance policies do cover it, But you have to look for them. They're not very common, and the sooner you get them, the better. If I got a policy at age 50, the price is going to be cheaper than when I have a need. When I have a need at 60, 70, 80, it's probably going to be out of the reach. That insurance policy is going to be expensive.
Which is how insurance works, right? Like this is also actually good. I was talking briefly with the group, with us earlier, to expound more in general to our viewers that once you retire or at a retirement age and you need care, which one is covered by which? Like Medicare,
Sure.
Is it everything is covered, or do you need what's called because I know
supplemental insurance.
Yeah, supplemental or long-term care insurance.
Long-term
right?
care, I'm an advocate for, and I have to, not lie. I don't have it, and I should get it before the.
So, Vince, is PCA the same as caregivers?
So they're personal caregivers in the home, but remember the word is skilled versus unskilled. So they're not clinicians. If you have somebody out for home health, which is skilled, they are all licensed clinicians. A licensed nurse, a licensed physical therapist, a licensed speech therapist, and a licensed CNA, certified nursing assistant. The nice thing, what we're talking about finances, in general, at retirement age, Medicare pays at 100% for hospice services and home health services. So, it's always good to set aside money for your retirement. Of course, that's a logical thing to do.
Right.
But the nice thing, people who have been paying into Medicare via your paycheck all your life, this is a benefit that Medicare and that you've been paying for all your life in your paycheck. That's covered.
Okay, so that is covered. The supplemental one, which is long-term care, is that like in a hospice environment or?
No, so long-term care insurance, there's no criteria of where that service has to take place. So it could take place at an inpatient skilled nursing, could take place at your house. It could take place wherever you want because you're paying for the specific service because you want it. And, just to give you an idea, probably about 6 hours of care is about maybe $200 and $280 a day. So if you're talking 24-hour care, it can be quite expensive. It could be up to $22,000 a month for 24-hour care. We do have patients that have 24-hour care. They are cutting us large checks every month.
Yeah.
But when you think about it, say that you have a long-term care insurance, and in general, if you have a good policy, they pay about maybe $400 to $450 a day. If you need 24-hour care, that cuts basically the dollar amount in half. And say that you're only going to do 6 hours of care a day, that would be covered at 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, retirement could get pretty pricey if you're not in the best of health.
Yes. And to be honest, people that don't have long-term care insurance policies, most of our clients and most clients in general are pretty well off. Medicaid does cover PCA services. Unfortunately, most PCA companies don't take Medicaid. Not all, but most don't, because you have to have such a high volume because of the payment of what Medicaid's giving you.
I see. And just quickly, like most of your clientele or patients, are they mostly? Do they have long-term care? Most of them, or?
I would say the majority of them don't.
Oh, okay.
So again, we fall into most of our clients on service are pretty wealthy, but that's not the reality for everybody. So that's why I encourage everybody to get the long-term care policies.
And long-term care is very new. I think we had a previous guest here with talked about insurance. I was talking about long-term care. It's when you get life insurance, usually it's not. It doesn't come with it.
Correct.
It has to be an extra. It's like a
You
supplement.
don't think about it.
You don't think about it. And unfortunately, when you're younger, you think, oh man, this is $40 a month. I can use that $40 someplace else. But when you really need it, especially what if you are an individual that, and this happens all the time, your loved one, your spouse has passed away, you don't have family, And your option is to go into a skilled nursing facility or stay in your home. If you have that long-term care policy, they can stay in their home and be around all the things that they love.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how insurance works, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, you won't need it today, but you might need it later. You know, it's better to have and not need right now than you know, need it later and you don't have that coverage. You know, a lot of people, you know, never think of retirement too early when they're younger. You know, it's like,
Exactly.
you know, they spend on coffee like $200 a month, and you know, the insurance at their age, let's say on a 25, 30-year-old, would only cost even less than $100. You know.
Well, and you know, the reality as our economy fluctuates, interest rates increases, the price of food go up. Having that long-term care policy really helps out.
Yeah. Wow. You could be an advocate for the company who was here earlier. It's like they will listen to you definitely, or they'll make you a marketing rep for them. So yeah, that's very good to know. Mia, you have any?
I'm interested in the Helping Hands.
Okay.
The foundation,
Helping Hands of Las Vegas Valley, a nonprofit, state-funded, and we also have a grant writer that looks for federal funds. The thing I love about helping our seniors is this nonprofit, many times there's an income level that you have to meet to get services. There is no income level for this. This is 65 years or older. So you could be high income, you can be medium income, you can be low income, and still get the services. So what we do is we're here to help seniors in our community, and we have food banks. We actually have a large building where once you get on the food bank list, you can come in and go shopping weekly and pick out food. We offer transportation to doctors and vital functions for our individuals that can't drive or don't have transportation. We offer handyman services.
Oh, good.
So
You know,
only for 65
and older. Yes.
Yeah. Do they have facilities in town? Because I know I saw one right by Sahara and Eastern. There's like a store.
Okay.
I don't know if that's
So our facility is our food bank. Where
your food bank,
It's
yeah.
basically like a grocery store that you go shopping in.
Nice.
So we do have a facility, and then to touch base on the handyman, which I love, is I have seniors that are pretty well off, but they have 20-foot cathedral ceilings and they can't change a light bulb. Our handyman will go up there, change the light bulb, keeps them out of danger.
Wow.
Right.
Changes the air conditioned filters. Now they're not going to replumb your house for electric, but
The
they're going to
minor
do
ones,
light handyman services.
Oh.
We work in conjunction with Foursquare. We have a lot of sponsors. Aetna, local hospitals, Centerwell, which are clinics. And again, we're a nonprofit, so we're always looking for people to partner with that, of course, want to donate, but also it's a good cause to be associated with.
Wow, that's so cool. I'm a handyman myself, so I could volunteer, right? And
You could
just
We run on volunteers. Our volunteers are great. And I am now heading up a committee on Helping Hands of Las Vegas to get actual seniors on a committee as a senior advisory board, because we're putting out what we think seniors need, and most of the time we're on the mark, but I want a committee that's going to say, this is what we really want. And then we will look for grants to try to secure some money for that.
Good.
wow.
I forgot the biggest thing. Every year we get a certain dollar amount from the state. Let's just pretend that's $1 million, and we provide medical vouchers, which means clients on service can apply for those vouchers and use those vouchers for co-payments for
that's
PCA
nice,
services,
yeah. Oh, good.
and the money is there till it runs out. So it's not like you get this every month; it's there
Yeah.
until it runs out.
Good.
Oh, that's nice. It's like a grant, or
Yeah,
it
a
is
grant that we
Okay.
get. Yes.
Okay. All right. Going back to your titles here. So it seems like your hands are very full here. You have like 5, 6 different companies that you are a marketing director of, and there was one that I think you touched on earlier. There was a beauty factory.
Yeah, so we have.
You're also part of that.
I don't directly market for that, but as part of under the umbrella of the companies under Elder Care Holdings, we have a beauty factory, which is an aesthetics clinic, which means we're doing facials, we're doing microneedling, we're doing fillers, we're doing all the kind of stuff that you see at a high-end Medi Spa. We have a new location,
Aesthetics.
and we just opened up at our new location, and it's beautiful.
Your new location is?
It's so new I don't have the address. I apologize.
I may have heard. I think it's somewhere in Henderson, because I think I've seen the ad for this company. So, all right.
I knew you were going to ask me one question I couldn't answer.
That's okay. Mia, any further questions? Any other questions for Vince?
I just noticed you have an inclination towards the senior. Do you have a heart for the seniors?
You know, I do. So I've been in the medical field all my life, since I've been 15 years old. And I can honestly say that I have done every job in the medical field, from file clerk to COO. And what I love about that experience is I know how everything flows, how everything works, from the lower end of the jobs all the way up to the higher end. And really, I think helping people, whether it's seniors or not, but I have a heart for seniors, is to be able to give back. I know it sounds silly and I know it sounds cliche, but working and doing something that you know are helping people, and working for a company, especially a family-owned business, where for whatever reason, if the patient wasn't a good fit for our company, we have so many great relationships that we've built with other people and other companies that we will gladly help that patient get on service, even if it's not our company, to do what's right for the patient. And I truly believe 90% of the companies, which are my competitors, feel the same way, and that's why I love building collaborations to help people. I like to be the go-to source. Hey, you know, unfortunately with hospice, we have patients that pass away. I love to say, you know, a family comes to me, I have no idea what to do next. Well, here are several, you know, funeral homes. Here are several pastors, whatever their religion is, and I can give them that information. So I love building that information. I love that we are a resource.
Yeah, and the baby boomers who are seniors now, they're the majority of the population.
Yeah.
And you know, you always wonder, like, they're still the greatest economy. You know, I mean, I think the millennials are, you know, slowly overtaking, but right now it's like for home health, for everything, you know, retirement. I mean, they will have all the money, you know, for doing business. And I don't know why a lot of people like try to cater towards, like, for technology was, I was just talking to a friend, says technology was, it's always catered to the younger people, but to the seniors, like, it's gonna be very hard for them to operate an iPhone, and they should have something user friendly, and, you know, think about the seniors all the time.
Yeah, I think user friendly is the key. I think most seniors are capable of the technology, but it comes with eyesight, and this is too small, and they need bigger devices to work. Again, I have to reiterate, hospice and home health services, many people don't realize that Medicare cover these services at 100%. So I guess my feeling is, and you know, even educating doctors, hey, if you have a patient that's Medicare age, and when they first started seeing you 6 months ago, they were able to walk without a walker. Now they have a walker. Let's put that thought together. They can benefit and be paid 100%, and you, doctor, and us 100% with Medicare. Why can they not ambulate now? Let's get a physical therapist in their home. Patients recover better in the home. It's a proven fact. And the thing that I love about home health and in the home is, you know, somebody's having physical therapy in a rehab facility or a skilled facility. It's totally different than getting services in the home. A rehab or a hospital is going to have beds that raise and lower, are going to have huge hallways, are going to have grab assists. In the home, it's really kind of fun, I think, for the physical therapist to say, wow, you need to eliminate all these rugs, these throw rugs, so you don't trip. Or you don't have a bed that raises and lowers. Hey, let's order you a bed through Medicare and get you one that raises and lowers. So all these things that are taken for granted change in the home. And developing that plan to keep them safe in the home so they don't end up back in the hospital, I think is challenging and fun.
Yeah.
Is that part of your company's services? Is that what they do? Is that what the company does? Is to contact Medicare and ask for?
So yes, we do that. So normally what happens is to come on hospice or home health. Right now we're talking about home health. A doctor, we need an order from a doctor that says, hey, this patient needs home health for whatever reason, teaching on medications, or they had a knee replacement and now we want them to exercise in the home and keep their regime up. This is what we do in the home. I lost track of your question. I apologize.
Oh, no. Yeah. So basically, like when you just said that they need an upgrade or they need ambulatory, stuff like that. Like
so, it's called durable medical equipment. So most of the time, Medicare pays for what we prescribe. So we are the eyes and ears for the doctor. So we will go in and say, hey, in order, and we're always in constant contact with the doctor. Hey, this patient is declining. They are not appropriate to be in the hospital yet, but I think a Hoyer lift, which helps them get in and out of bed if they can't walk, I think we need to order that. So they will do a justification, a medical justification, and submit that to Medicare and get the DME equipment. But there's some stuff that's easy that Medicare, once we put the order in, just gives us, front wheel walkers, wheelchairs. Beds take a little bit longer, but we can do it.
Yeah. That's the key, is user friendly, really. I just remembered my dad still even has the flip phone.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I change to newer technology when it works for me?
And then
it's not broken.
I guess as you can tell, I'm an advocate for home health and hospice. If we want to keep our Medicare program intact, really what Medicare, why home health is great is, it's because if a patient's in the hospital, if we don't have home health, they're not allowed to do a safe discharge. So maybe they could discharge 2 weeks early, but if home health wasn't around, they couldn't. But then think about the cost it saves our Medicare system. Being in a hospital for those extra 2 weeks is going to be $2,000 to $3,000 a day, versus being on home health, which may be $300 to $400 a day. There's a huge difference that gets saved in our Medicare system.
Yeah. Plus the patients more comfortable.
And the patients in their home and comfortable.
Yeah.
Correct.
And there's a lot of we're a Filipino network here, and so I know a lot of Filipino nurses, caregivers. Do you employ the nurses and the caregivers, or is it a service that you provide to send nurses? And I guess I just don't know how it works.
So both. We have employees that are physically employed and owned by us, but then we also contract out with employees that we like, that are private contractors.
So you contract out too.
We also contract out, and most home health agencies do that.
Yeah.
We have a large Filipino staff of clinicians. We have Spanish-speaking staff. So we have a mix. And the family is a privately owned business, and they have a lot of friends that are Filipino. So a lot of our patients are Filipino.
Right. And the patients, just last question, the patients that you've acquired all throughout the years, were they referrals from like friends, family, or majority of them were coming from doctors? Or like, how do you get a patient saying, oh, I'm in retirement age, I need, my doctor recommended me, I need hospice care and stuff like that. So do you have ties or relationships with doctors?
We do. Relationships that we've built over years. I manage the marketing team, so we have several marketers that canvass the valley, build relationships with doctors, ask, tell them what we do, tell them what our programs are. Same with a lot of case managers in hospitals, private practice doctors, a lot of surgeons. So we market, you name it, we've been there marketing, trying to build relationships.
Yeah. So mainly doctors, right?
Doctors and probably split down the middle. Doctors and nursing case managers at hospitals, skilled nursing facilities.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because you will have that in the hospital soon, you know, when they get discharged or get, Very good.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
Are we in that time yet?
I think so.
Oh, that was fast. That was fast.
I know it was fast. I'm telling you, it just time just slips away really fast. So.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Very cool. Do you have anything that you want to tell our viewers or?
Yeah, just really quick. We didn't touch a lot on hospice, so I will be quick.
Yeah.
Hospice, a lot of people are afraid of that word. You know, though it's true, a doctor has to recommend hospice and you have to have a diagnosis of a terminal diagnosis.
Yeah.
Nobody knows when we're going to pass away.
True.
You know, my belief is only God does. And what's great about us having hospice, home health, and PCA services is that if you're on hospice, many times the patient starts to get better, and we put them right onto home health. They don't have to search for home health because that's part of our company. And many times we don't even change staff. And in addition to that, say that we have a hospice patient that's declining, and the family needs their own time, maybe a day or two away, then we can get our PCA service in there to give the family a break. Or maybe the family is afraid to have the patient be alone at night, and we have somebody there all night long under our PCA services. And if they're already on hospice, we discount the services.
Oh wow, that's so you're like an all-in-one.
And that's what I love. And
Yeah.
and again, many times a surgeon will recommend for home health a patient. So a surgeon can recommend, or a doctor in the hospital can recommend, but say they don't have a primary care physician that's going to follow.
Yeah.
Our heirs doctors can step in and become their primary care physician and be their doctor. So it's a smooth transition.
You said ARES, right?
Yes.
ARES. That's the name of the company.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
okay, so ARES. Yeah. So you're all in one. You have everything in there, and then if they need like caregivers and long-term care, which is like the PCA you're talking about, there's a lot of terms, a lot of
Yeah.
our viewers to learn much about. But you know, most important thing, take care of your health, save up for retirement, because otherwise, you know, if you don't have your health, and plus you don't have a retirement fund to you know, reap later on.
Yeah.
And
be aware of your Medicare benefits and what they are, because Medicare's not going to reach out to you and tell you what you have. You have to ask them.
You have to be prepared.
Yes.
yeah, you gotta be prepared. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of Americans, you know, we did a study, actually not a study, but statistically, not even a small percent, not even 1/3 is or has the availability of funds for retirement.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's so hard to, because we did this insurance thing. If you were to retire now and be able to survive another 20 years, you would need to have a savings of at least 650,000 in your bank to be able to survive, you know, with living expenses.
And
'Cause of course
especially
you're not
as,
gonna have any income.
we're living longer. I mean, that's
Yes,
a huge
that's
consideration.
true. So think about maybe 30 years more instead of 20, you know, after retirement.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, you're gonna need a lot of money to cover your expenses later on with inflation and
And then I always you know, I chuckle inside with you know, patients that we do have that are in our 80s and 90s saying, you know, they're from a conservative generation. Oh no, I don't want to have, I want to use Medicare benefit when I need it. And in my mind I'm thinking, well, you're 80 and 90, you need it now.
Yeah. That's true, and that's why we see a lot of the older generation still working, you know, because they still need you know, living expenses to be able to survive. And it's save up now. To our viewers. See, it's coming from Vince, not just from Vince. You know, a lot of people like the insurance and finance gurus, they would always say, you know, set aside some savings for retirement. You know, what's a good amount? You know, there you go. It's like, even if you were to retire right now, figure out if you were to live 30 or 40 years after retirement, then you would need double the 650,000 in your bank account. You know, and fortunately, that's why, you know, not even a third of Americans will have that during that time. That's probably a third is even big, huge. You know,
and if you're fortunate enough to have your house paid off by the time you retire, you know, many people don't.
Yes,
you know?
that's true.
And that's a huge expense.
That's
and
true.
especially here in Vegas, I think rents are higher than mortgages. So
Yeah,
That is so
especially
true.
now.
Especially today. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's and Mia here is with real estate, and so I'm in finance, and so yeah, we've seen like even just a short course of the last 2-3 years, it's gone from like affordable to like super expensive, and it pushed people to move
Yeah.
out of town. Yeah. To to find cheaper cost of living states or cities. So all right, unfortunately we don't have that much time, and we will proceed to our very important segment, which is our joke time. It's that time.
Vince is prepared.
You are prepared, Vince? All right,
Well,
go for your joke.
I'm not a joke person, but my goddaughter, I stole a joke from her. So Isabella, thank you.
All right, Isabella, thank you.
What do you call a bear with no teeth?
What do you call a bear with no teeth? I haven't heard that before. Mia?
What?
A gummy bear.
Nice. I have a children's joke too, but go ahead, Mia.
Okay, I
What
have
is
a
your
children's joke
So,
too.
oh, nice, nice. What a coincidence, right?
Why are chickens funny?
Why are chickens funny? Because they. Is that
Because
is
they
that the
cackle?
answer?
I
Is
don't
they
know.
cackle? Yeah. What?
Because
Nice. Wow. Wow. Okay. That was short and sweet. Okay, my joke. So, who made or where was the pencil invented?
Mongolia.
That's the brand of the pencil in the Philippines, by the way. No.
Okay, I'm going to say Pennsylvania? I don't know.
Oh, there you got it. Pennsylvania. That's where pencil was invented. It's easy, right? Pennsylvania.
I didn't even have coffee this morning.
Wow. But anyway, thank you, Vince. Thank you for
Thank
coming.
you.
We really
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time.
I enjoyed
And
it.
yep, we really enjoyed it too. And thank you for all the information. And thanks to your companies sending you out here. But yep, thank you so much. We'd like to end our show here with thanks, and you can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Amazon Fire TV. Listen to the PHLV radio app. Make sure to add the PHLV radio app so you can watch your segment. Our podcast on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Thank you again for watching Buhay Bahayan. See you again next time. To all our viewers, thank you. Magandang buhay to one and all. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you again.